The 2016 Volkswagen Passat. The reasons to be suspicious of the new Volkswagen Passat start right in the first sentence of the press release, where it is stated that the car was designed for the American lifestyle. This is troubling because, for many years, the most compelling reason to buy a Passat instead of a Honda Accord was that it offered a bit of German-ness for less than the cost of an Audi. A good chunk of that went away in 2012, when VW announced a US-specific version of the car that came in at a much lower price point, but at the expense of the things that had made the car special. The US Passat has effectively been a different model from the one the rest of the world gets ever since then, a bit bigger and a bit cheaper. With the 2016 model, Volkswagen has made an effort to make the Passat more similar to the European B8 2015 Volkswagen Passat, which has been sold there for nearly a year at this point. This has largely been successful, and it will probably sell quite well, assuming that Volkswagen ever recovers from the Dieselgate scandal. Because as dull as it was, the previous generation of the Passat was a huge sales hit. Updated October 19, 2015, Volkswagen announced full pricing details on the 2016 Passat, which will be put on sale later this fall. Prices will range from $22,440 for the base version and up to $36,835 for the V6 SEL Premium One. The model will be produced at the company's factory in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Continue reading to learn more about the 2016 Volkswagen Passat. Exterior. The changes to the 2016 Passat constitute a mid-cycle refresh, and not an actual new generation. So the changes, both inside and out, are predominantly cosmetic. Most of these changes come from the European B8 Passat, and include a bit more chrome and a redesigned front fascia with slimmer headlights in the European grille. But the most significant change is that the R-Line package is being offered for the Passat for the first time in the US. This comes with big 19-inch wheels, a new rear diffuser and rocker panels, and black accents, most notably on the front bumper. It doesn't suddenly turn the car into an Audi 4 rupees, but it really does improve the appearance. Interior. The layout of the interior is the same as that of the outgoing model, but VW has made little changes to the details here and there. This is best exemplified by the steering wheel, which is no longer used as a way for VW to show off just how cheap-looking plastic can be. The new cabin gives every appearance of having been made with higher quality materials, and this is good, since that was one of the major failings of the current generation. The car also gets the latest VW infotainment system, now compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Volkswagen also claims that the system now boasts faster response times, which is always a good thing. Drivetrain. The engines from the 2015 model will all carry over for the 2016, at least in theory. The 2.0 TDI is not currently being sold, and for the time being, there is no word on when it will again be available. VW has listed it among the engines being offered, but the press release was almost certainly written before VW landed in hot water over diesel emissions. Assuming that it ever is cleared by the EPA and offered again, it will probably be worth considering, as the North American Passat holds, for the moment anyway, the Guinness World Record for fuel economy in a non-hybrid. Say what you will about the emissions, those TDI engines still know how to sip fuel. The gasoline engines are a 1.8-liter turbo and a 3.6-liter VR6, putting out 170 and 280 horsepower respectively. Safety. The outgoing Passat has a 5-star safety rating from the NHTSA, and there is no reason to think that this would change. Nonetheless, the Passat has some new safety features in the form of driver aids. There is adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, autonomous emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning and parking steering assist. There is also a new post-collision braking system, which will apply the brakes following a major crash to help bring the car to a stop in the event that the driving isn't applying the brake for whatever reason. All of these features are optional extras. A rear-view camera, however, is now standard. Prices. The new Passat will retail from $22,440, which is a $1,100 premium over the model it replaces. For this amount, you'll take home a 1.8 TS model with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Standard features include 16-inch aluminum alloy wheels, dual-zone climate control, MIB2 infotainment system with 5-inch color display, CD player, Bluetooth and USB connectivity, rear-view camera, and the automatic post-collision braking system. Next in line is the R-Line version, a premiere for the Passat in the US. The slightly sportier model features revised rocker panels, a new front bumper with black accents, and 19-inch wheels. Pricing starts at $23,975, and for an extra $775 Volkswagen will throw in the R-Line Comfort Package, which adds VTEX leatherette seating surfaces, power driver seat, heated front seats, heated exterior mirrors, and heated washer nozzles. For $26,280, the SE trim comes with the same features as the 1.8 TS and adds 17-inch wheels, tilt and slide power sunroof, SiriusXM satellite radio, MIB2 infotainment with 6.3-inch color display, voice control, adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning and autonomous emergency braking, VTEX leatherette seating surfaces, power driver seat, and heated front seats. Those looking for a more premium trim can pick the 1.8 TS-EL. Priced from $30,495, it comes with 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels, the Fender Premium Audio System, stainless steel pedal caps, Vienna leather seating surfaces, rear seat pass-through, and power front seats with power lumbar and memory settings for driver's side. The SEL Premium adds LED headlights with LED DRLs and LED taillights, remote start, lane departure warning with active steering, active blind spot monitor, front and rear park distance control, and parking steering assistant for $34,270. Finally, there's the V6 SEL Premium, which features the 3.6-liter VR6 engine that pumps out 280 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of twist. This model retails from $36,835 and adds a 6-speed DSG with paddle shifters, dual trapezoidal chrome exhaust tips, and hill hold control to the 1.8 TS-EL Premium's list of standard equipment. Packages. Competition. 2016 Honda Accord. The longtime king of this segment, the Accord was also designed with the American market in mind, but without being so aggressively cheap-looking. It's generally one of the more entertaining cars to drive in this segment, and even when equipped with the CVT, it isn't quite as bad as you might expect. There are other options, but the Accord borders on being a secret enthusiast's car hiding in plain sight. You can read our full review here. 2013 Ford Fusion. Considered by many to be the most attractive vehicle in the segment, the Fusion is the Passat's biggest challenger in Europe, where it is sold as the Mondeo. As with a number of other Ford models, the Fusion has become one of the best ways to get a bit of that European flavor that the Passat no longer offers. The Fusion also offers a couple of different hybrid versions, bound to become much more popular now that their biggest diesel competitor has been taken out of the running. You can read more about it here. Conclusion. The 2016 Passat is a somewhat better version of what is still a fairly dull car. There's nothing really glaringly wrong with it, but apart from a base price that is very slightly cheaper than its competitors, there is nothing about that would really compel you to buy it. But a lot of people seem to like ordinariness in a car, and some of the most unassuming models have made their homes at the top of the list of best-selling cars. The outgoing Passat was never as popular as its competitors in the US, but it was much more popular than the previous Passat. This change might make it more popular still, but it will need all of the help that it can get, given how people currently feel about VW. Love it. R-Line makes for a Passat that is once again decent-looking, solid infotainment system that isn't needlessly complicated. Interior wood trim can pass for the real thing. Leave it still not as exciting as Passats used to be. No diesel for the foreseeable future. Still no wagon version.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.